Morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the 1016th day of continuous and uninterrupted Zoom session of IFPH. Let us start today's proceedings with a silent prayer for a minute. Thank you. We are witnessing a wonderful presentation by Dr. Ravi. It's a nice presentation, and we expect he will participate in English program too. A nice presentation. So today our guest is Dr. Mini Mehta. I think she's joined. Sit 1, 2, 3, 4. Sit Mini Mehta. Please raise your hand, Dr. Mini Mehta. So that we can identify you. You should always join with your name. Otherwise, we can't identify because this is a Zoom session. Don't forget about that. Anyway, let us. Our guest is today is Dr. Mini Mehta, PG Homeopathy, London, certificate course in oncology. Currently posted as palliative care physician at Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Hospital, New Delhi. A lot of information and there. I'm just going through the important aspects because it will take another 10 or 15 minutes. She's won a lot of awards. Miss Hanneman Award 2010, Dr. Supsi Award for Distinguished Service Homeopathy 2014, Appreciation Award 2016 by Board of Homeopathic System of Medicine, New Delhi, Homeopathy Icon Award 2019 by Delhi Homeopathy Federation, Distinguished Services Award by Heart Care Foundation of India for giving free OPD service at MNGL Perfect Health Mela 2012 to 2019. A lot of publications, MRKS syndrome, a case study, then CAFE's disease, then presentation of clinical case at cancer workshop in association with Society Homeopath Bucharest, Romania, papers presentation, uterine agenesis, Hanneman College Homeopathy, London, United Kingdom, role of homeopathy in treatment of infertility, LMHI, Cape Town, South Africa. A paper presentation, role of homeopathy in treatment of uterine disorders. A lot of discussions are there. And today's topic is female genital disorders. On behalf of IFPH, I welcome Dr. You can have the platform for next 40 minutes. It's over to you. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course, please.
Okay. So today my topic is female genital complaints and our common homeopathic remedies we use. And nowadays, as the society is advancing, the young females who are getting young in this current scenario are getting more confused about their identity, and they are facing a lot of troubles during puberty, during during their time when they're coping up with their life, in their married life, their work life. So there's lot of internal turmoils which lead to lot of problems in their daily life. As a female, they contract lot of problems which have ailments from unsatisfaction in life, loss of identity, loss of love. So these are the things which are creating lot of complaints in females, and when they are suppressed or not handled properly, they become chronic and they are converted into very bad pathologies. So today I would like to discuss few remedies, few medicines which are being commonly used by me in my clinic. But in homeopathy, the thing is, it is very important to take a good case. Whosoever comes to your clinic, if it is a female, you need not to judge that female according to the conscience or according to your own conscience, own judgments, own beliefs. You have to, if you see a very modern female or very submissive female or very traditional female, you have to find out how this, you don't have to judge, you have to find out what this female has gone through, what is her feeling. Even if you you get a very negative female, in your clinic, you feel that she is not a right person, but what did she go through? What was her feeling? Where did she feel the grief? Whether she was a very naive woman or very clever woman, what made her fall sick? For that, we have to be very prejudiced. Okay, because different people have different choices in the current world, and region to region, the beliefs of the society and regional females are changed. So we have to look into the case very very keenly as as a close friend. Not we should not be able to be able to make that person uncomfortable. Otherwise, that female will never open up. Because when acute symptoms come, you can easily take up the case and prescribe. But when the problem has become chronic, there are layers, and it is very important to pick up the first layer. So the commonest remedy I find out, I am able to pick among the females who are 45 plus, females suffering from ovarian cyst, para-ovarian cyst, irregular missed periods, complaining of severe pain in the lower abdomen, drawing down in the thigh. And these females will tell you that they feel very emotional before the periods. They have seen that they will feel easily tearful if they're watching some movie. They will feel like crying, or they will feel even sympathetic to somebody who has suffered very easily. Otherwise, they feel that they're not like that, but before their periods, for 5-6 days before their periods, they are very emotional. And these are the females, if they're married, they are not in a active sexual relationship with their partner. Maybe both the partners don't speak to each other, or the other partner is not well, or sometimes the partner is not there. He has passed. So these females, they suffer headache, which increase after having meals. And they are the females, they will tell you, they will seem very lost to you. Doctor, no, nothing interests me. I'm just passing life, doing household, it's fine. They will tell you that they feel numbness in the arms, and there is heaviness in the breast, extending to the arms before periods and during periods. And also the important symptom you will get after questioning them in a perfect way, that they feel extremely weak after passing stools. And these are the females where they are very headstrong, and they love shopping, and sometimes they shop extra. I've come across females who have to whom the conium, I have prescribed conium. They all were very much interested in having a branded shopping, that they will go to the mall and they will find every famous brand very tempting, and they would like to buy stuff, and they will keep it along with their tags because they don't need it immediately. They keep it along with their tags. So they have got a habit to make unwanted purchases. Spendthrift females these are, and they easily they can land up into fight. So they cannot bear contradiction. So they're not very so that's why they're able to tell that they are very tearful and emotional just before menses. Otherwise, they're very strong females. So when I find this kind of personality with what pain, stitching type in nipples before periods, numbness in arms, heaviness in breast before periods, and vertigo, which increases when they lie in the bed. They will tell you that very often I feel vertigo. I feel my head is going round and round, and when I lie down and close my eyes, still the roof is going round and round. So with vertigo, when I get this picture, whenever I have given conium, it has helped the females very much. Okay, and the next, nowadays I get lot of cases of endometrial hyperplasia in young females. And basically in young females, I'm getting endometrial hyperplasia. Then After inquiring the case, after giving many constitutional medicines, when I find that in their USG, I find the condition of the uterus is flabby, cervix bleeds easily. They will tell you, doctor, when I'm riding my scooty, if I have to ride through some pits and there is jerk, a lot of jerk I feel during riding, then also I shed blood clots. And they have lot of headache during menstruation and lot of pain in eyeballs and easy lacrimation in their eyes. They are losing lot of hair. They get pimples on forehead and cheeks, and the blood is dark, and hardly this one period is over, the next period comes. Then I have prescribed Stillego Medis, and it has helped 30 in potency, not in mother tincture. I have given in potency, and it has helped in lot of females to get better. And similarly, when some female tells you that there is excessive discharge, and when you will ask about the character of the discharge, and she says that the discharge is black and stringy, then you should think of Lachesis, Crocus, Crotalus horridus. And if she tells you that there is lot of pain in the joints, lot of female who have lot of bleeding problems, fibroids or excessive bleeding, they have joint problems due to weakness. So she will tell you her joints problem is basically about the hip joints. She feel more pain about the hip joint and knees, pain in ankles and soles. And this Crocus sativa female is very much, you will find her very much similar to Pulsatilla. She is very indecisive, and she is unable to take decisions. Sometimes they have very complicated relations also. Simultaneously, they are going into relationship with 2-3 people. Nowadays, you will find, and they also have a craving to eat ice creams and ice also, icy cold water. So whenever you find this kind of symptoms, you can give Crocus sativa and it will help. And one more, the commonest remedy is Argentum metallicum as well as Argentum nitricum. And in the cancers, and also in the females who are having the complaints of continuous bleeding from the uterus, serious complaint of uterus, eroded cervix, then Argentum silver remedy is very important. But when the patient is very creative, he is a teacher, he is some artist, he is some dancer, and or a singer, she suffers from severe backache during periods, she can't walk straight due to the pain, she has pain in the left side of the body, and she gets cough from excessive laughing, and she fears failure in life. And the entire theme of their life is not to give any chance to people to criticize them, and they want to prove themselves that they are the perfect. Argentum metallicum is the very good medicine you can prescribe them, and it will help. And also Argentum nitricum in the cases where the female is hurried and worried. She has got a very strict boss, or strict boss in the office, very strict husband in the house, or in-laws. And you won't believe that I treated a lot of females with excessive bleeding and cancer-like changes in the uterus, who were having somebody in the family, either father-in-law or husband from the army background. So they have a regime that you should wake up like this, you should dress up like this, you should have this etiquettes and that etiquettes. And this female is so sincere that she don't want to give them any reason to make any fault in her. So she is hurried, worried, and whenever something big is going to happen, she want to prove herself. Or there is a marriage in the family also, like somebody is preparing for daughter's marriage, they suffer this syndrome, and they started having problems in their periods because they are already prepared, but still they fear that something may get wrong and they want to avoid it. This kind of fear in mind, with fear of heights, with craving for sweets, with increase urge for urination before going out, and all the time thinking of the same thing again and again, Argentum nitricum is the right medicine you will give to that patient, and she will start improving, and she will start getting confidence. I will tell you, there was a patient in my clinic. She was a teacher, and there was a lot of stress in their school. and she was assigned duty in population counting some project, and they were she was appointed an area which was a slum area, and it was a headache to her, and she was so excited about it that she started suffering. And the immediate senior was she feared her senior because she was very rude, her senior. So she feared her, and she was suffering with that excitement. When I started giving her medicine, she became more and more confident. Earlier, she used to accompany her husband to my clinic because she was not confident and she will be able to reach here. Then she became confident, and everything improved. And she was suggested that she should get her uterus removed because there was a lot of bleeding from the uterus from past 3-4 months. And she got very well within 6 to 7 months. So this is how our medicines work. Whatever is the pathology, if you are able to identify the person in disease, you can help him. But sometimes, if even after identifying the person is disease, you are not able to resolve the problem, look into the MISM. You will be able to find what is the obstacle. Go into the family history, go into the past history, again retake the case. You will find something interesting which will guide you to give some important medicine. You will definitely get an obvious cause because patient is very secretive. They whatever they feel should be they should reveal to you, they will only reveal that. Next remedy is graphitis. You will get these females. They are very plump females. They talk a lot. They are very smart. They can sell combs to the bald people. They are so smart people. And they are the people who will suffer morning sickness during menses, nausea during menses. This is very important. And you can identify if you see very bad nails, toe nails in these females with rough matrix, inflamed, thick nails, and who will tell you that since puberty they are suffering since they have started to understand themselves, they are constipated, and they will have red cheeks. Basically, I have seen people. If you'll go, if they are a bit fairer, you will say, ki, are you hypertensive? Your cheeks are red. So she will tell you, no, even I'm anemic, my hemoglobin is 10 and 9. Still, she will have red face. And these are the females with double voice. Double voice, like like you would have seen people who use tobacco. Sometimes there is hoarseness in the voice. These are the females. They will tell you, when I was young, I used to sing songs, but now there are like 3 voices are coming from my throat. So they suffer from hoarseness, and they are hungry all the time. And if they don't eat, they suffer pain in the abdomen. And graphitis is a very good remedy in the cases of colon cancer, in the female or people suffering from duodenal ulcers, duodenal colon cancers. And graphitis is the best remedy I'm using for the females who are having itching in the scars after surgery, after mastectomy, dryness and scars. So when I have used these medicines, they have helped them a lot. And graphitis female is also a very, you will say, a female who would not like to depend on other people. And in young female, you will identify them they have gushing leukorrhea, and they have cold feet and itching after leukorrhea. And they are very bully. If they easily they can land up into fights. They know to fight for their rights. Platina. Whenever a female comes to you with a very female who is very well dressed and very confidently speaking to you, telling your complaints, she will tell you, doctor, I bleed a lot. Doctor has told me to get my uterus removed, but I don't want to get it removed. And my complaints are, there is a lot of pain in my thighs as if they are too tightly wrapped, as if they are tied. And so when I sleep with my legs apart. You will get all the good information, and the information depends on the kind of quality of case taking, quality of rapport you share with your patient. Numbness and weary sensation in the extremities, she feels paralyzed. Pain increase and decrease gradually. This kind of pain we get in sternum met also. And During dysmenorrhea periods, pain is in the umbilical region extending through the back. Squeezing pain basically in the right side of the abdomen, and sometimes she feels that there is numbness on the face also. And these females are the females, you will find they must be having conflict in their, if they're married, in their in-laws, and they will tell you that my in-laws are so cheap, doctor. These people are so cheap, because they think, she will tell you that she belongs to a family where people have such broad thinking, and these cheap people, they're so narrow-minded. So she has an idea that I belong to some good family and these people are very cheap. This is her idea. She will tell you every way that how, this is her thinking. So if this is somebody's thinking, she is very haughty and not, definitely not bad. This is what she feels about her current situation. And when the mentality and the pathological symptoms, all these match, we can very well prescribe this medicine and this female can have some relief. And Bovista again is a very good remedy for the female suffering from para-ovarian cyst. And they have, these are the females who suffer from urticaria in the morning, and they have acne on the cheeks, you can see. And in the morning, they will tell you that their cheeks and lips are swollen, and they might be having a problem. Stammering is a very important point, that they stammer. And the most important point is, if you are taking a case, if a female tells you, doctor, I have one important thing I want to tell you. Before my menses, I start to have loose stools, and I have loose stools during periods also, and then it becomes fine. Bovista is the only remedy which can clear-cut you, help your case. And similarly, if a female, she says that she has constipation before and during menses, then Silesia is the remedy. That is definitely going to help. Again, dysmenorrhea, bleeding, menorrhagia, this and that, so much bleeding, and you carefully take the case and watch the female. Female is thin, scrawny, and very weak, loose skin, and not confidently walking, as if she has problem in walking. She will, if she is having tingling in the tip of tongue, and she will tell you that sometimes she have taste in her mouth as if there is some ink. Burning in the body, which is helped by cold application, and spasmodic distortion of face. But if she's talking, her face is going to one side. And she has very, if you'll ask about the bleeding, she will tell you she has very thin, light red discharge during periods. And sometimes between the periods also, she keeps on having very light brownish pinkish discharge, which continues. So she has to put a panty liner throughout the time. These kind of females you can help with cecal gall. Sabina again, typical symptom, pain. Female suffering from dysmenorrhea, menorrhagia, if she tells you that she has a pain which travels from sacrum to pubis, and blood is thin, but there are little clots together, as if in a drain, small clots are also passing. And there is stabbing pain in the pit of stomach during periods. These are the female who are suffering from continuous bleeding due to fibroids. And doctor has suggested them to get their uterus removed. They will tell you the blood is fluid and there's small clots together, flushing out. And she is so weak, but there is stabbing pain in the pit of the stomach going to the back. Bloating, distension, and colic in hypogastric area. She will tell you, look, doctor, in my lower abdomen, I have so much distension. See, you can see this distension and there is a lot of pain. And if I move a little bit also, there will be a lot of bleeding and flushes of bleeding will come out. And pains, they will feel sharp pains, shooting pains coming from vagina, traveling upwards. And this kind of pain, CPR will also tell you that she will have stitching pain in vagina or rectum upwards. So if this kind of symptoms you will find, and drawing pain in masseter muscle I have prescribed on this thing. Female told me, doctor, one more thing, when I'm eating food, there's a lot of pain in my cheekbone, my tooth, teeth pains when I try to chew. There is pain in my jaws too. So whenever you find all these symptoms, you can go with Sabina. And when you find all these symptoms, these are the sensations. So if you will prescribe in 30, 200, 1M, it will work better than the mother tinctures. Again, a female with lot of bleeding problems, and you will find that she has, doctor has told her that there is no solution other than removal of the uterus, because she has swelling all over the body due to the this dysmenorrhea, menorrhagia, and fibroids. And UTI also, there is lot of pus in the urine. She has raised uric acid, so there are a lot of joint pains in all the joints that she cannot move. And continuously she is having bleeding and backache, as if somebody has, she has fallen from some place, and their face is puffy, and lot of kidney problems all along. But the main thing they have observed is that 1 month the periods are very heavy, the other month they are better. So alternate month periods are better and worse. So you can give Thalespi Bursa. It can work really well. Lycopodium will be given to the women who will tell you that they are, doctor, whatever I eat, it changes into air. I am bloated. And all these symptoms like pains will shift from right to left side. These people suffer from polyuria during night. Menses are too late, last too long, and too profuse. These women are also very controlling women. They want things under their control. So if things are not under their control, their relationship starts to suffer with their husband. So first it affects their sexual relationship, and their coition becomes painful. They have suffered dry vagina, and also they are already suffering because their lycopodium personality already suffering from lot of right-sided complaints, liver complaints. There is discharge of blood from genitals during passing stool, and there is cramps in calves and soles. And one more thing that patient will tell you, doctor, I have pain in my heels as if I'm walking on pebbles. So she will have a bloated abdomen, complained of periods, discharge of blood from genitals during stool. She will love warm food. She will have love for warm food. She will tell you that if the food gets cold, not up to the temperature she eats at, she can't have food, and she will make it warm, and then only she will have. Nitric acid, ovarian cyst, hemorrhagic cyst, big ovarian right-sided cyst in which there is a sharp, sticking, cutting pain in the abdomen. These are very revengeful, headstrong ladies. And nitric acid is the wonderful remedy for the people who suffer continuous bleeding, thin bleeding, brownish leukorrhea, brownish bleeding, pervaginal after DNC. After DNC curettage, after any abortion, the urine and their sweat is very offensive. Very offensive sweat in underarms. They have genital warts and typical brownish leukorrhea before menses. So nitric acid is the very good remedy suitable to these females, and you will find a lot of females nowadays who suffer the problem of hatred. They hate a lot of people. They can't forget what people have done to them. So when they are in this mode, so they suffer these kind of, they might suffer from these kind of sharp sticking pains and this kind of pathology, and you can help them with nitric acid. CPR, a lot of CPR women you will find in the working area as well as in the household area. The women who have left their jobs to take care of the family, suffering from uterine complaints with a very Naxomika type husband who yells and shouts at her, but he loves her. She knows, but she hates him. She can't bear his tantrums, and at last she feels that she has not done anything for herself. So you can give these females CPR. They have bearing down pains. They have acidity in the morning. Every morning they puke yellowish water, and they have weakness in small of back, which is better by exercises. Joint pains, and their periods are too late. They are delayed but scanty. They will tell you, doctor, I used to have periods for 5 days, but now they're only for 3 days. and it's fine. And they're bearing down pains. And you will find that there is lot of indifference in them now after a sincere contribution to their family or work. Now they developed an indifference. When you find it, CPI is the remedy. Jealous is the cancer of mind, cancer of emotions. So people, you will find a lot of females who have lot of jealous from others. They're hard to please. You will find intolerance to heat and slightest touch. They are the people who take up lot of things and leave them incomplete. They suffer from ovarian tumor, stinging pains, along with urticaria and great puffiness of the face. They have Bartholin cyst, red, shining, puffy looks. They're thirstless but craving. They have craving for cold milk. So you will find Apis is a good remedy for the young women, teenagers. And there are a lot of their problems and PCOD complaints you can solve with that. Again, Colocynth is also a very good remedy for the females who feel that nobody understands them and they have to suppress their anger, and they have cutting pain in the abdomen, which gets every month. The dysmenorrhea is better by holding their legs, and there is pain at one spot in abdomen. And when they pass during, a kind of pain is felt over all the abdomen. Calcarea carb is another very good remedy. These children or ladies, they sweat much around the genitals. They're very insecure and they are mostly have fear from everything, insects, bad news. They crave eggs. They like paneer tikka. They had a habit of eating chalks. They have sweaty palms and soles. We give this medicine to the young girls who have leukorrhea. They're very lazy and plump. And on the females who are having sterility with copious menses, good menses they are having, but they are suffering sterility, and there is cutting pain in the uterus before menses, and also before menses they have heaviness in the breast. They have heaviness in the breast and extremely cold extremities they have. Similarly, ammonium carb is also one remedy. These are indicated in females who have resentment towards the society, towards the lack of morals in the society, towards the guardian of their family, towards the father who did not prevent them. So these people are more like lachesis. They suffer suffocation. They get locked nose, problem, blocked nose. Their discharges are very acrid. Leukorrhea is acrid. Even the menstrual discharges are so acrid that they feel burnt all across the genitals during the periods, and there is the flow is very offensive, and they don't like to bathe. And these are the people, when they're disturbed, they talk in sleep, and their dreams of big buildings in which they are lost. And another remedy, hyoscyamus, ailments from jealousy and suspicion. My sister-in-law conceived before me. They bought a good house. Since then, my sister-in-law is so beautiful. My husband praised her. So since then, she started suffering endometrial hyperplasia. Husband will tell you, doctor, sometimes she becomes so, she is so shameless that if I explain to her that I'm not interested in having a physical relationship, she will do all the shameless activities. And you will find these people very much interactive, attention seeking. So you will get to know they're jealous from everybody, and this behavior, when you understand, you will give high SMS, all their problems, their endometrial hyperplasia, it gets resolved, and all their indecency also comes in control. So now I would like to share one case. So today I would like to share one case. This is really different, where I treated a girl. She was 16 years of age, and she was not having any uterus. I came to know, and I prescribed her medicine. Then she developed a uterus. I will. Can you see? Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay. This is a case. Can you see the first? My screen sharing is paused, I think.
Yes, uterine agenesis.
Can you see the case? A 14-year-old, 10 month. Can you
Yes.
read it?
Yes, yes, yes.
A 14-year, 10-month-old female approached me and to my clinic, and she was suffering from headache in occipital area, rising from back of spine, and ameliorated by lying with head down on side, holding up, and she was having vertigo, pain in abdomen extending to legs with pain in ankle joints, wrist joint, unable to rise and stand. Urine was very scanty, offensive, light brown. This is what she approached. These are the complaints with which she approached my clinic. And after careful case taking, I took the history. The girl was already my patient from past 4 years. I treated this girl for extreme weakness. She used to have extreme weakness. She was very thin girl and nausea and vomiting. When I started treating her symptomatically, she got better. In 2013, she had jaundice, for which I treated her with homeopathy. And as she recovered from jaundice, she slowly developed ichthyosis. And I treated her with arsenic. That time her CBC was CBC with hemoglobin 11.3, LFT and TSH were normal. But thereafter she started losing fat under the skin, and she became so skinny, totally bones to skin, that in her spine I could see each and every vertebra. She became very weak, as if she has contracted tuberculosis or syphilis or what. She was very frail, and then this pain became severe, and she came to me. Earlier, when she came to me when the pains become severe, she had joint pain and brown urine. According to the symptoms, I gave her acid Benz 30 because she had pains in wrist joints, brown urine, scanty urination, and joint pains. So it helped her. The patient reported reduced pains as she could sleep for some time. She could not raise her head as she felt vertigo. Repeated questions were making her irritable and angry. Cutting pain in whole right side of abdomen, extending mainly to right leg, which feels so tight that she can't fold in. Pain in eyes. She was hungry but could not eat due to vomiting. Even a little water was aggravating. I could not take a picture how she was lying, so I draw it. To explain, this is how she was lying on the bench, and they told me that she was asking for something from the family and they refused, and she was in constant anger. So I prescribed Colosin 30 for following neuralgic pains, better by tight pressure, head, abdomen angry, irritable, burning in urine, pain, abdomen extending to right thigh. Patient much better with Colosin 30. She could not raise her head. I was wondering what has happened to this. This is the case I dealt with in my initial years of practice, even first 2 years. She could raise her head, pains were reduced, could sit up with support for some time now, but she preferred lying due to weakness. Then I got her hemoglobin done. It was 7.9, and other measurements were also disturbed, and her thyroid was also normal. Next day, on patient's request, I accompanied patient and her mother for an ultrasound because she was having constant pain in the abdomen. We wanted to inquire what all is happening with her. When we went to this place, we were shocked to know that the doctor told us there is no uterine stump, and she was not having this kidney, and liver was showing heterogeneous echo pattern, contracted right kidney, grade 3rd nephropathy, multiple mesenteric lymph nodes. And I was shocked because I never treated before a case of that much pathology. So the parents never knew that she was not having any uterus, and she had macrocytic anemia with leukopenia. And then we got an MRI done where we found that she don't have any uterus. There is only a hypolinear band seen at the place of uterus. Both ovaries were visualized, but they were very contracted, and right kidney was hypoplastic. So this was MRKH syndrome she was suffering from. Then the girl had macrocytic anemia with leukopenia, no uterine stump seen, contracted right kidney. So I understood that this is a uterovaginal absence case. So you all may be knowing it. How does it happen? When there is the time in the third to fourth week of pregnancy, reproductive system is developing. There are some chromosomes and genes which are switched off, which are there to work, but they somehow they get switched off. So the further development stops. So there was absence of uterus and fallopian tube and normal ovaries, and uterus and vagina absent at that time. So I was thinking that what I am treating and what I'm going to treat now. Then the parents told me that please you keep on treating her while we will try to show her reports to some senior doctors. But as she's feels better with your medicines, you keep treating her. So she was having extreme weakness, headache, forehead, occiput symptoms I was taking and I was treating. So I got to know that she, at the sight and smell of cooking food, she nauseates and she has severe pain in abdomen. Urine, again, very dark, reddish, mustard, watery color. Pain in joints, back extending to front of right thigh, low grade fever, legs cold, can't rise and walk properly. Then it was indicating me to some medicine, some remedy. So I examined her eye. Pupils were unequal, reacting unequally. Left pupil contracted and the right remained the same. I checked and confirmed it with a torch, and I prescribed this girl Colchicum autumnale 30, Aquadose hourly. My patient was very much better, and now I could she could eat something. Then patient reported that she had burning in urine. There is constantly things were happening and I had to handle. Urine was yellow, passing in drops. She was felt very hot. She wanted to bathe. She wanted AC. She was 60% better, but she could not take exertion. So I had to give her Apis 30. Tereminthina Q I wanted to give. She did not take it because she did not like it. So Apis 30 she took and she was better. The next week, her fever raised to 102 degree Fahrenheit. Restlessness increased. I had to give arsenic and she was better with it. Next, again, fever was coming and I understand I'm not able to touch the case. Not the most similar remedy I'm not able to find. No doctor will tell you how it takes to get to the most similar remedy. When patient is so sick and a lot of information is there. Then her parents told me, doctor, the thing is, she is very polite in front of you, but when she is at home, she is like a lion to us. She wants to eat sweet food and she will ask for a chapati, hot chapati direct from the gas, and she will eat half of the chapati till it becomes warm. Then she will leave and then she'll ask for the another. And she is very irritable with the family. And when I'm pressing her feet because she has pain in her feet, now right foot is hot and left is cold to touch. I gave her lycopodium and she responded so well. Fever became very much better. She improved. She was not gaining weight. Fever was not there. Pains were settled. Appetite was improved. But still she was pale. She was very weak. So we again got fever constantly getting her blood test done. 10th March, pancytopenia, HB7. 15th March, macrocytic anemia, leukopenia, HB7. April, macrocytic anemia, HB7. And 4th May, hypochromic anemia, HB7. Again, 16th May, pancytopenia. The condition was same. She was only, I was able to palliate, but I knew that things are still wrong with her. So again, I called her family and it was a time to retake the family history to find some clue in the case. Father had piles, mother had water retention, dysmenorrhea, grandfather had piles, grandmother healthy and alive, but she has one bua, father's sister, who had some blood disorder for which she was getting transfusions, but she died at the age of 19 years of age. So I got this girl, HP electrophoresis, where I got to know that she suffers from thalassemia Punjab variant D. She was suffering. And again, I got panic in my mind. What I am treating, where this case will lead. I'm just helping her. Her symptoms are better. Then again, any day she comes up with some other symptom. The picture wasn't very clear. for me because I was a very young doctor, and we all homeopaths have to open our own clinics. We are not in a hospital. We have guidance of seniors, and we are working in a team, so we have to take all that burden on our own shoulders. So I tried to understand at this point of time, when she has approached puberty, what would have worked normally that she can live a normal life. That then I got to understand it is the job of the pituitary gland. If it will work perfectly, then she can have a normal life. So Lycopodium 0/3, I reached and she was better. Meanwhile, patient report me, Didi, touch my head. See, there is a speed breaker kind of thing on my head. So this kind of feeling I was able to feel at her head, which is there with lot of thalassemia patients. She explained that her shape of her head is changing. It's ऊपर से उठा हुआ है थोड़ा सा, it's bulged out. After reading about thalassemia and everything, MRKH, I prescribed her Pituitrinum 3x, 1 tablet every day for 5 days, and there was a tremendous result. There was a lot of change. She looked very bright, alert in an extraordinary way after this medicine, as if something has entered her. So after 15-20 days, I got her hemogram done, and this was a revolutionary medicine. She was looking better. Her hemoglobin after a long time was 10.2, and other measurements were also better. Then she developed. Then after 2 months, she told me that, Didi, I have clutching pain in my abdomen as somebody is holding it. It's a clutching pain, and I was not having Cactus 30 when I had Cactus Q, so I gave her 3 doses in water, and she got better. Then I thought might be she has only one kidney, and maybe the other kidney is having all the burden because now she's improving. Maybe she must be having some problem in the other one single kidney. So we wanted her ultrasound to be done. So we got her ultrasound done, and this time there was uterus is normal in size and anteverted. So we were wondering how come uterus can come. And the last ultrasonography was also done from the same center. So we showed this up to them, and they said no. Now we can see it. So they showed up, uterus was there, and we showed up their MRI also, which we did last time. They told us there is no grade 3 nephropathy. Okay, and everything is fine, and we can see one uterus there. So we were wondering how can the uterus be there, but still her pains were better. We were continuing. I was also wondering. Lyco 02 continued for other weeks. She was very fine, active, appetite improved. She used to look like a mentally retarded person, young girl, when I was treating her.
Excuse
So
me,
one
doctor.
day she was having a lot of pain in her back, as if she told me, I feel like an iron lock is hanging to my back. This
Excuse
kind
me,
of pain
doctor.
I'm
Excuse
severe
me, Dr.
backache I'm
Muni.
having.
How much time you needed, doctor?
1 minute.
Yes,
Then
okay.
I prescribed her Kalikar, and she felt better. And on 18th August 2014, this same year, she got her first periods without any uneasiness for 5 days. And her hemogram was 12.6, then 13.7, then 14.7, 17 years of age. I followed up this case. And again, we got her at 17 years of age, her ultrasound done, contracted right kidney, few mesenteric lymph node, minimal interbowel loop, free fluid, but uterus was there. Everything was fine. And she has conceived also. This is the photograph of the girl. Can you see on this?
Yes. Yes,
First,
yes,
she used to look like this. Then during treatment, when she was on Lycopodium, she was like this. When I gave her this Pituitrinum, she started to grow. Then I had to give Calcarea Phos to her because she was looking like that. Thin, long neck, long eyelashes, good hair. Calcarea Phos I gave her. So she never shed her teeth before. Then that time entire denture shape changed, and she converted into a so beautiful girl that her denture changed. She got rid of her extra tooth. They fell out on their own. And this is the beauty of homeopathy.
Yes.
And this is how we take the case. We have to treat the person in disease, deal the situations. Thank you very much for bearing me. Thank you very much.
Yes, that is why Dr. Samuel Hahnemann described this as the greatest gift of God. There is no doubt about that. Wonderful session, but unfortunately, only 6 to 7 minutes remaining. Those who like to participate can go to the participant list and raise your hand. Yes, Dr. Mridul Sahari is there. Sir, please, you can unmute now, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. I had heard her in the Hindi session also, and I had opportunity to listen her several times on different occasions at several places. And I have seen, observed her that she is very meticulous about the her case. And I understand that her presentations is very nice and it is very useful, and it is only because she has a very wonderful way of intuitive observations. I can say intuitive observations, so much concentrated with the patient, so much involved with the patient, and
Yes,
I
sir. Yes.
see that it is a passionate approach by Dr. Mini Mehta. So I
Okay.
bless her, and so that she can have more flourishing and such type of the cases in the future also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, now Mr. Hamad Hassan, sir, please unmute, sir. You can
Hello.
unmute now. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, madam, and all good evening. Really very wonderful presentation. Madam, anything about sickle cell anemia? Because you told something about thalassemia. Kindly. Thank you very much.
I
think
have
that can do
not
in
treated
another
any
part.
sickle cell anemia. And
Yes.
again, I will tell that I can't treat diseases with their name. If somebody will tell me, ma'am, can you cure sickle cell anemia? I will tell them, bring the patient. I will see what I can do for
Thank
you.
Yes, there is another question. How long you continued pituitary threes? It's a question.
5 days.
Yes. 5 days, thrice daily, isn't it?
Yes. 5 days, no OD.
Okay. Thank you. Very nice presentation, and it indicates how the hard work you have done. And again, don't go beyond pathology. You must believe first in homeopathy. That's the most important lesson. Somebody may argue some pathology changes the how we can treat it is only symptomatic, but this is also possible with homeopathy. Now, Hariharan sir is there. Yes, sir. You can unmute now. So please. Yes.
Okay, Doctor, I came here to congratulate you. Wonderful presentation. Very intelligent prescription. Doctor, really I am congratulating you. Come with another case, doctor. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, that's also yes, most important. He's a very senior physician. Tomorrow we'll have a session on management of brain tumor with homeopathy by Dr. Partha Chakravarti. That's also a very interesting thing. Homeopathy can do wonders. If anybody like to participate, 1 or 2 minutes remain, Dr. Hubert. How do you feel it? Are you busy there?
What?
Dr. Hubert?
Yeah, it was a very, can you hear me?
Yes, of course, please.
Very nice presentation, and I heard from you that how wonderfully you've taken the cases into very detail, and you are going after each and every portion of the narration of the patient. So this is one of the most important thing when we are taking the case in detail. That time we can do many things. If we are taking a small part of the case, then we can do something. If we are taking it, if the case is becoming more and more, then our mind will also blossom like a flower. That is what I want to say. Very nice presentation.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now, Ahmad Hassan sir. You have only limited time, yes, sir, please.
Sir, in the madam always follow up the pathology report, and she tell about the pancytopenia. So just for information and explanation to our all respected sir, pancytopenia means reduction of all three elements, red blood cell, white blood cell, and platelet. This is
Okay.
my just explanation. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, now Dr. Tanesh. Yes, yes, please.
Yes,
unmute.
Good evening, also. Very good presentation once again from you, doctor, and really amazing thing that in curing the incurable. This is what I must say. Usually people don't believe that such things happens with homeopathy. There was no uterus in the first scan, but even after the second one also there was no, but on the final time after your treatment, the things are entirely different, and you are able to bring the that child to a woman itself. This is the power of homeopathy, and everybody should note that homeopathy can do such wonders. Really, your way of thinking, your pathological prescription, that is what you have done in this case, was really works in a beautiful way. And congrats once again, doctor.
Yes. Doctor, I think you can have another session, Dr. Mini. Is it convenient for 29th or 30th or 1st of July?
Just give me some time. Within
Yes.
minutes, I can.
Yes, kindly inform Dr. Tanesh. Yes, we are always welcoming you. It's a nice presentation because it's an international platform. You are young, talented persons. We are very interesting to promote you so that the people all over the world will benefit from homeopathy. It's a nice presentation. So trying to wind up, they may invite Mudul Sahani sir to express word of thanks. Sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Manoj. This presentations was such a nice presentation, and I request Dr. Mini to come again and again with such new cases. She is very wonderful, and I know that she is working with the in a very reputed hospital in the Delhi, where she practiced and have as a palliative practitioners. So among the allopathic physicians also, she is very popular because they usually call her to have a palliative treatment also for their patients. So she is spreading homeopathy among our allopathic fraternity. This is wonderful job she is doing at this very young age. She is doing this. So thank you, Dr. Mini, for coming into this session, and I hope your presentations is nice, widely appreciated. I have been going through the chat box, lot of appreciations are there, and I hope it is with all these things. I thank you very much for coming to this session, and I hope you will keep coming to this session again and again. Thank you, Mini.
Dr. Mini, could you please put your telephone number in the chat box?
Okay, sir.
A lot of positive comments from different parts. Wonderful presentation, really remarkable presentation. And of course, the medicine used, it's around 20 medicines that are really the greatest tribute to the women community all over the world. But homeopathy is the most important than the gynecological hospitals. With that remark, let me conclude today's English session. Hope you to meet the same time tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. And this is all Dr. Shaila to continue the program in Malayalam.